as I am doing. Oh yes, we thank God it's the last Saturday in the month of January 2026. 31 days gone out of 365 days that makes this year. Glory to God. This is Ayoba 95.1 FM. You know we are the station that takes you to the top. Talk of music, news, talk, all-round information, education, and of course, entertainment. That's the reason we'll say it doesn't get juicer anywhere else. Because we are Ekiti's number one lifestyle radio station. Oh yes. Aha. We give you the best of radio broadcasting in this climb. You can take that word to the bank any day, any time. Yes, the program is the Roundtable Talk. The Roundtable Talk is a current affairs program of this darling station where we get to dissect, analyze, and discuss trending issues across Nigeria's political and current affairs landscape. This is where we get to dissect and discuss government policies and how they affect you and all our citizens of this great country of ours called Nigeria. And for a lot of people, this program gives them the opportunity to have a grasp of all the matter of news during the course of the week. Talk about news, talk about politics, talk about governance, talk about current affairs, talk about trending issues across Nigeria and in particular, Ekiti State. Oh yes. My name is Teniola Akande. My people call me the Golden Voice on radio. And for the next 1 hour or thereabout, we'll be having a juicy time together on the program this morning. The program is divided into two main segments. The first segment of the program is the newspaper review segment, where we'll get to review news stories as reported across the dailies. Talk about the Punch newspaper, the Daily Post newspaper, the Vanguard newspaper. If there will be additional ones, you get to know when we commence that segment. Aha. Okay. And then, of course, the second segment on the program is the news analysis segment, where we get to analyze news stories as reported across the dailies. And today promises to be wonderful. That segment promises to be quokastic, fantastic, fantabulous, if you know what I'm saying. Today I will be having two in-house analysts. Oh yes. But I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. My in-house analyst will be around definitely. And then of course I'm going to have a guest on the program this morning. Oh yes. Interesting times lies ahead in Ekiti State, the land of honor, the fountain of knowledge. Yes, interesting times ahead, I must say, politically, economically, and in all wise. Alright, right about now, I'm going to go for a very short break, and once I'm back, it will be time for the first segment on the program this morning. Go nowhere, it's still Ayoba 95.1 FM, and the program is the Round Table Talk.
When others discuss issues, they do so in half measure. But here, you're guaranteed a full measure, from politics to other trending national issues. This is where we, with the contributions of experts and opinion holders, dissect issues in full measure as they unfold. This is the Round Table Talk on Ayoba 95.1 FM. Stay tuned.
Alright, you're welcome back from that break. It's still Ayoba 95.1 FM and the program is the Roundtable Talk. Alright, so let's start with the Punch newspaper this morning. Headlines making the rounds from the Punch newspaper. The Saturday Punch this morning. I have Crusade Row Rattles Can, PFN. An old PDP convention to Raki Films, Wiki's Camp celebrates. Osun local government accounts, court issues arrest warrants against bank. Court upholds death sentences for 5 of our robbery convicts. (2026) Convention, APC chieftain denies interest in National Youth Leader position. Soldiers overrun bandit enclaves, rescue kidnapped victims in Kwara. Alright, from the Daily Post newspaper, what are the headlines making the rounds this morning? Vaccination gone wrong. Nigerian parents share worry, frustration. Courts gradually becoming politicians, says PDP. Osun government dismisses APC demand over local government funds. Kaduna LP chapter hails Nnamdi Usman Supreme Court victory, urges members to return. IPOB dares Soludo, declares Monday, February 2 sit at home. Seek reconciliation rather than futile legal battle, or your PDP urges to Raki others. (2027) No cabal will decide Abia's political destiny. Wabara. Why Nigerians must end APC in 2027, says Iwebu. (2027) Showuni reveals real problem of PDP. Okay, so let's take a look at what the Vanguard newspaper is saying this morning. Nigerians back Governor Bago on single tenure for governors, president. FARC states rejection of 1.9 trillion naira stalls January revenue distribution. "2027, 7 governors defying the APC hurricane." Alright, still coming from the Vanguard newspaper. 2027 issues as ex-governors or T battle for the soul of Abia. PDP insists Ibadan convention still valid after court declines mandamus. PDP faction hails Ibadan court ruling. FG police behind Osun local government crisis, Accord alleges. North firmly behind Tinubu for 2027, says Ganduje. Donald Duke dumps PDP, joins ADC. Wike threatens to break stadium for political rallies if Rivers government denies him access. Alright, I'm back to the Punch newspaper this morning. INEC seeks monarch support for peaceful Ekiti poll. and this one is from the Tribune newspaper. Ekiti APC stops early campaigns for assembly seats, prioritizes Guba poll. Okay, from Thursday newspaper, APC extends e-registration by 1 week, exempts Osun, Ekiti, Rivers, FCT. From Congresses. I take that one more time. APC extends e-registration by 1 week, exempts Osun, Rivers, Ekiti, FCT from Congresses. Daily Trust asks this: Ekiti targets 8.8 trillion naira GDP in 2026. Police uncover illegal baby factory, arrest 5 suspects in Ekiti. Three to die by Angen for armed robbery in Ekiti. Alright, coming from the Vanguard newspaper, police recover 558 cattle from suspected cattle rustlers in Ekiti. Alright, these and many more other stories we get to take a look at this morning. Right about now, I want to go for a very short break, and once I'm back, it will be time to take a look at details of some of these stories. Go nowhere, it's still at Urban at 5.1 FM, and the program is the Round Table Talk.
Others discuss issues, they do so in half measure. But here, you're guaranteed a full measure, from politics to other trending national issues. This is where we, with the contributions of experts and opinion holders, dissect issues in full measure as they unfold. This is the Round Table Talk on Ayoba 95.1 FM. Stay tuned.
Alright, so let's start by taking a look at the details of some of those headlines, some of the stories this morning. I'm starting with the Punch newspaper. Crusade Row rattles can, PFN. Allegations of compromise and partiality have rocked the Christian Association of Nigeria and the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, the two major Christian bodies in Nigeria. Reverend Jinka Yusuf, the lead pastor of a Lagos-based church, Household of Love Churches, alleged that he was forced to cancel a 1 million man crusade by the two associations despite investing millions of naira in transporting equipment to Akwa Ibom State, the planned venue of the event. While apologizing to the 5,000 evangelists he claimed were heading to Nigeria from the United States of America, United Kingdom, South Africa, Australia, and Namibia, he said that Christian bodies also compelled the Akwa Ibom State government to withdraw approval for the use of a venue he already paid for. But the Akwa Ibom State government in a rebuttal accused Yusuf of hate speech, threatening to take legal action against him and demanding proof of the invitees. The allegations are coming barely 2 months after the president of the World Assembly Ministries, Reverend Isaac Omoleyin, also accused PFN of hypocrisy and hostility. Further details of that story, Crusade Row rattles can, PFN. Please get a copy of the Punch newspaper. An old PDP convention, Turaki Films, Wiki's Camp celebrates. The Tanimu Turaki-led National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has appealed the Federal High Court ruling that voided the party's November 2025 convention and recognized a caretaker committee backed by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Addressing journalists on Friday, Turaki said despite the court verdict, the party remains legally intact and unshaken as it awaits the pronouncement of the appellate courts. The Federal High Court sitting in Ibadan had earlier on Friday invalidated the PDP National Convention held in Ibadan, Oyo State on November 15, 2025. The court also directed Turaki and others to stop presenting themselves as national officers of the PDP. Justice Uche Agomo further ruled that the caretaker committee headed by Muhammad Abdurrahman and Samuel Anyanwu remains the only recognized national working committee of the PDP until a valid national convention is held. The PDP governors that supported the Ibadan Convention, at which Turaki and other members of the NWC were elected for a 4-year term. However, Wiki, alongside Abdurrahman and Anyanwu, insisted that they remained in office as acting national chairman and national secretary, respectively. For further details of that story, an old PDP convention, Turaki Films, Wiki's Camp celebrates. Please get a copy of the Punch newspaper. Still coming from the Punch newspaper this morning, Ocean local government accounts, court issues arrest warrants against bank. A chief magistrate court sitting in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, has issued arrest warrants against the United Bank for Africa PLC and 4 of its senior officials over the alleged illegal operation and maintenance of bank accounts in the name of the 30 local government councils in the state. The case marked MOS 601C/2025 and filed by the Osun State government was heard on Friday in Osogbo. In a certified true copy of the order titled Warrant for Arrest of Defendant who has disobeyed summons, General Title Form Number 1, addressed to the Osun State Commission of Police, the court stated in part, complaint has been made that the defendants did allow unauthorized persons to operate and maintain 30 accounts opened in favor of the 30 local government councils in Osun State with UBA Bank PLC. The defendants in the suit are United Bank for Africa PLC, its Group Managing Director Oliver Alawuba, the Company Secretary and Group Legal Advisor Billy Odom, and the Deputy Managing Director Chukuma Nweke. Alright, further details of that story. Osun local government accounts, court issues arrest warrants against bank. Please get a copy of the Punch newspaper. Alright, still coming from the Punch newspaper this morning. Soldiers overrun bandit enclaves, rescue kidnapped victims in Kwara. The Nigerian Army has launched Operation Igbo Dano, also known as Operation Forest Flush, leading to the neutralization of terrorists and rescue of kidnapped victims across parts of Kwara State. This was disclosed in a statement published on the Nigerian Army's X handle, formerly known as Twitter, on Friday, which was signed by Captain Maureen Ogbuka for the Acting Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, 2 Division, Nigerian Army. According to the statement, troops of the 22 Armored Brigade, with support from the Office of the National Security Advisor, conducted sustained offensive operations within the Joint Operations Area between January 23 and 29, 2026. The operations were carried out under the leadership of the General Officer commanding 2 Division Nigeria Army and Commander Sector 3 Operation Fansan Yama, Major General Chinedu Nebife, alongside the commander of 22 Armored Brigade, Brigadier General Nicholas Room. In the engagements, troops conducted fighting patrols in several bandits' enclaves and successfully neutralized terrorists, while others escaped into the forest with suspected gunshot wounds, the statement said. It added that terrorist hideouts and camps were destroyed, forcing the elements to abandon their positions. The statement further revealed that troops cleared Garin Dandi, described as a major bandit enclave in Ifelodun local government area of Kwara State. Alright, for further details of that story, soldiers overrun bandit enclaves, rescue kidnapped victims in Kwara. Please get a copy of the Punch newspaper. right, so let's take a look at what the Daily Post newspaper is saying this morning. Courts gradually becoming politicians, says PDP. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has asked the courts to stay away from its internal affairs before they become politicians. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Ine Mombong, made this call on Friday while responding to the questions in an interview on Arise Television, noting that courts are gradually becoming politicians. According to him, well, this verdict only shows the wisdom that my Lord used in arriving at that, because I'm sure that my Lord cannot point to the constitution of the party anywhere where there is a national caretaker. But again, I have tremendous respect for the court, and which is why the court should stay away from the internal affairs of the party so that they don't become politicians. But you do know that perception and reality may have divergence. But when they converge to the extent that people lose faith in a process, then something is wrong. Alright, further details of that story. Courts gradually becoming politicians, says PDP. Please get a copy of the Daily Post newspaper. Still coming from the Daily Post newspaper, Osun government dismisses APC demand over local government funds. Osun State government has rejected calls by a group identifying itself as local government vice chairman elected on the platform of the All Progressives Congress (APC) to account for council allocations spanning more than a year. The group, operating under the name Forum of Local Government Vice Chairmen, had accused the state government of failing to transparently utilize funds reportedly released to councils between December 2023 and January 2025. In a statement circulated to journalists in Osogbo, the forum's chairman Victor Fatoki claimed that local governments in the state received over 200 billion naira within the period under review. According to the forum, the alleged inflow of funds was not matched by visible projects across several councils' areas, prompting its demand for a detailed breakdown of how the money was spent. Reacting swiftly, the state government dismissed the forum as lacking legal standing, insisting that it not recognize any such body under Osun law. Governor Ademola Adeleke, speaking through his deputy spokesperson Oladele Bamiji, said the administration would not engage with what he described as an unlawful group. He warned that the activities of the group were capable of disrupting public order if not checked. Further details of that story. Osun government dismisses APC demand over local government funds. Can you get a copy of the Daily Post newspaper? Alright, still taking stories from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Kaduna LP chapter hails Nina Dis Usman Supreme Court victory, urges members to return. The executives and members of the Labour Party Kaduna State chapter has hailed the Supreme Court judgment that recognized Senator Esther Nina Usman as the national chairperson of the party. A statement issued by its Kaduna State chairman of the party, Elder Yusuf Solomon Dambaki, said this triumph marks the end of a challenging journey and the beginning of a renewed era for our great party. He added, "We have always known you as a gentle, patient, yet resilient fighter who plays the game strictly within the rules. Your unwavering commitment to justice, fairness, and due process has been an inspiration to us all, demonstrating that true leadership endures through perseverance and integrity." Dambaki stated that the Labour Party Kaduna State chapter is immensely proud of her historic achievement as the first and only woman to serve as party chairman of the first 3 political parties in Nigeria, stressing that this milestone not only elevates the status of women in Nigerian politics, but also sets a powerful precedent for generations to come. Alright, for further details of that story, Kaduna LP chapter hails Nina de Usman Supreme Court victory, urges members to return. Please get a copy of the Daily Post newspaper. Still coming from the Daily Post newspaper, IPOB dares Soludo declares Monday, February 2 seat at home. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has declared Monday, February 2 as lockdown in all the 5 states of Southeast in solidarity with Onitsha traders. This is an apparent move to counter the order by Governor Chukwuma Soludo for traders to return to their trading activities in Anambra State on Mondays. The declaration is contained in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Imma Powerful. The pro-Biafra group said the sit at home is peaceful. It noted that the February 2, 2026 sit at home is also a direct, peaceful and unified response to the tyrannical actions of Governor Soludo. Alright, for further details of that story, IPOB dares Soludo declares Monday, February 2 sit at home. Please get a copy of the Daily Post newspaper. Alright, still with the Daily Post newspaper. Seek reconciliation rather than futile legal battle, or your PDP urges Turaki others. The caretaker committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Oyo State has enjoined the faction of the party led by Tanino Turaki to seek reconciliation rather than pursuing futile legal battle. Chairman of the caretaker committee, Professor Abdulrahman Akinosho, made this declaration via a statement made available to Daily Post on Friday evening. Daily Post reports that the Federal High Court sitting in Ibadan had on Friday nullified the Turaki-led PDP National Convention. The convention was held in Ibadan between 15 and 16 November last year. Our correspondent gathered that the court led by Justice Uche Agono ruled that the convention and its outcomes were illegal. Further details of that story: seek reconciliation rather than futile legal battle, or your PDP urges Turaki others. Please get a copy of the Daily Post newspaper. Alright, so let's take a look at what the Vanguard newspaper is saying. And Vanguard newspaper is taking me to Rivers State this morning. Wike threatens to break stadium for political rallies if Rivers government denies him access. The crisis-rocking Rivers State may take a violent dimension if the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Nyesom Wike, carries out his threat of breaking the stadium if the state government denies him access to hold any political rally. Wike on Friday warned that he and his supporters would forcefully access the Yakubu Gowon Stadium for their next rally if the Rivers State government continues to deny them entry, declaring that everyone will not fall if the facility is broken. He issued the warning in Port Harcourt during the inauguration of senatorial and local government coordinators of the Renewed Hope Ambassadors, an event organized in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration ahead of 2027 general elections. Wike said his group had formally applied to the state government for the use of the stadium but was denied access, describing the action as unprecedented. The minister boasted that Rivers State was setting the pace in political mobilization, insisting that the state would continue to lead others in demonstrating support for the president. Wike declared that political activities ahead of future elections had officially commenced, noting that ward-level inaugurations would follow. All right, further details of that story. Wike threatens to break stadium for political rallies if Rivers government denies him access. Please get a copy of the Vanguard newspaper. One more story from the Vanguard newspaper, and then we'll take a slide into the second segment of the program this morning. Nigerians back Governor Bago on single tenure for governors, presidents, and that particular headline, as this writer say, it will end corruption waste associated with second term bid. They could take difficult but necessary decisions. It will end distractions of re-election politics. Governor Muhammad Umaru Bago of Niger State last month delivered what could be considered a brutal truth, which many in his position would shy away from. It takes courage for someone in such a privileged position as a governor to admit publicly the failures of a system of government in which he is a beneficiary. Alright, that appears to be more of a feature on the Vanguard newspaper, but if you need further details, kindly get a copy of the Vanguard newspaper. Alright, my final story this morning coming from the Vanguard newspaper. In fact, state's rejection of 1.9 trillion naira stalls general revenue distribution. The disagreement over the volume of revenue to be distributed among the three tiers of government this month has stalled the sharing of federation revenue in the last 2 weeks. It was learnt that 1.969 trillion naira was planned to be distributed at the end of the January 20 FAC meeting. However, the commissioners of finance were said to have rejected the amount, insisting on more revenue for distribution. Usually, the Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAC, meets between the end of the second or third quarter of every month to consider revenue collection of the previous month and share it between the federal, state, and local governments for current month's expenditure. The disagreement has led to the delay in the payment of public sector workers' January salaries. Saturday, Vanguard investigation revealed that commissioners of finance who represent their state governments rejected the revenue brought forward for distribution on the ground that it was too little and did not meet the realities of accruals in December 2025. The state's rejection of monthly revenue at FAC is not new. However, in the past, such complaints were addressed within a few days and funds shared. An official of the OAGF who spoke to Vanguard said it was expected that the issue would be resolved early next week. FAC consists of officials of the Federal Ministry of Finance, the OAGF, that's Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, representatives of revenue agencies such as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Nigeria Customs Service, the Nigeria Revenue Service, state commissioners of finance who represent the states and local government areas, among others. Alright, for further details of that story, FAC state's rejection of 1.9 trillion naira stalls general revenue distribution. Please get a copy of the Vanguard newspaper. Alright, and with that story from the Vanguard newspaper, we're going to call it a wrap on this segment of the program this morning. Right about now, I'm going to go for a very short break, and once I'm back, it will be time for the second segment on the program. Go nowhere, it's still Ayoban at 5.1 FM, and the program is the Round Table Talk.
Others discuss issues, they do so in half measure. But here, you're guaranteed a full measure from politics to other trending national issues. This is where we, with the contributions of experts and opinion holders, dissect issues in full measure as they unfold. This is the Round Table Talk on Ayoba 95.1 FM. Stay tuned.
There is something missing in the world today. It's the one thing that can make the world okay. And it doesn't cost nothing, no, you don't even have to pay. It's about doing the right thing every day. 'Cause you are the light, you are the sign, you are the only hope, keeping hope alive. Do the right thing, let the world see, let the light shine everywhere. And when it seems like no one's watching, do the right thing anyway. Just do the right thing all the time, and you'll be sure to have the whole world say, yeah. Do the right thing. Hey! Do the right thing. If the right thing is the order of the day, then the world won't be a better place to stay. A corrupted mind is your worst enemy. So I suggest you do the right thing starting today. 'Cause you are the light, you are the sign, you are the only hope, keeping hope alive. Do the right thing, let the world see.
Oh yes, do the right thing. Let the world see your light. A song says, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
The right thing all the time, and you'll be sure to have the whole world singing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Listen.
Oh yes,
Seller or movie star, doesn't really matter who.
we cannot underestimate the power of doing the right thing.
Do the right thing.
It has always been said that if we all decide to do the right thing, regardless of whose ox is gored, then our society will become a better place for everyone, including you and I.
Oh, do the right thing. Let the world see. Let the light shine everywhere. And when it feels like what you like, right thing. Oh, do the right thing. Do the right thing all the time. You'll be sure to have the whole world singing. Do the right thing.
If everyone in Nigeria,
Right thing.
those are the ends of affairs,
Right thing. Just do the right thing. Do the right thing.
if we all decide to do the right thing, either you're a president, either as a governor, whatever position you occupy, if we all decide to do the right thing, it is amazing how well our country, our dear nation will transform. If everyone in Nigeria, including we the followers, decide to do what we're supposed to do, regardless of whose ox is gored, regardless of whoever
And it
is affected, as long as we are saying the truth,
pay.
it is amazing how well our country, our dear state Ekiti, can actually improve.
'Cause you are the light.
And like it's always been said, that it can always get better. It can only get better.
We hope keeping
Nigeria, my Nigeria, Nigeria, my dear country.
let the world see. Let the light
Oh yes.
everywhere. And when it seems like no one's watching, do the right thing anyway. Just do the right thing all the time, and you'll be sure to have
right, and on that note, I would like to welcome you to the second segment of the program this morning. This is the news analysis segment of the program. This is the news analysis segment on the Roundtable Talk. Of course, you know this is Aroban at 5.1 FM. You know this is the segment where we get to analyze, discuss, and of course, dissect trending issues across Nigeria's political and current affairs landscape. This is where we get to discuss the actions and inactions of government and how they affect you and I as citizens of this great country of ours called Nigeria. I usually say it every Saturday morning on this program that different happenings happen in Nigeria, different events. You know, our Yoruba parlance says, season film in Nigeria, early water. And what do we like in 1960 gun water? We only continue to pray that the Almighty God will continue to give us the right direction. Interesting times ahead in Ikito State, like I said earlier. June 20 election is here.
Do the right thing.
Less than 6 months to go. Where will the pendulum swing? What will the narrative be? But before we delve inside the program this morning, before I go deeper into the program this morning, on this program this morning,
Do the right thing.
I have my guest in the studio already. Of course, I come into the studio this morning also. So I would like to introduce my guest for this morning.
There is something missing in the
Don't worry, someone different from the person you all know. However, my in-house analyst is also on his way. That's person of Engineer Bayo is on his way. So I believe he will join us in the studio any moment from now.
don't even have to pay.
However, with me already in the studio this morning is the PRO, the Public Relations Officer of IPAC in Ikiti State.
'Cause you are the light.
The Public Relations Officer of the Inter-Party Advisory Council
You are the only hope keeping hope.
in Ikiti State. I'm talking about no other person than Prince Adedayo Ademola. Prince, you're welcome to the program this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mandrito. Good morning, our listener at home. Iyoku Ekitikete.
Okay. Inyora Ekitikete. Okay. I must say that your voice sounds comedic. You sound like a comrade. So maybe I should start this on this note. Let me get to ask: have you ever, at one time or the other, been a comrade?
Yes, I want a comrade.
So once a comrade is always a comrade.
Comrade, thank you very much.
Okay.
The world will be a better.
All right, Prince Adedayo Ademola is the PRO of IPAC in Ikiti, like I said earlier.
Your worst enemy.
And he is accompanied to the studio this morning by I-Chief Anifo Roche, the organizing secretary of IPAC. I-Chief, we celebrate you, sir.
You are the light. You are the
Okay, so while we await the arrival of the second guest on the program this morning, my in-house analyst, I would like us to start on this note. Let's start with your organization, Prince Adedayo Ademola. Let's talk about your organization, IPAC. A lot of people for a very long time have been asking questions. Of course, that's long before the lifting of the ban on election cycle in Ikiti. A lot of people have been asking questions. Do we have any other political party in Ikiti State apart from APC? Do we have any form of opposition per se? It appears that your organization, IPAC, has been quiet all along. And of course, you are the PRO. So let's start on that note this morning before we delve deeper and then start taking a look at topical issues across Nigeria. I'm so interested in IPAC being the umbrella body for all political parties in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. In IPAC, we are not silent.
Okay.
And I think we have been reaching out to our people across the state and across the level of the political party in the state. As you all know, IPAC is umbrella of all political party, and whether you like it or not, our voice of IPAC is within all the political party, even including in APC we are talking about. For example, in IPAC, we have 80 political party registered in Nigeria.
18
political
I was
party.
saying as at last check it was 18
in Nigeria.
Okay.
As of today, at the level of IPAC, 15 of these political parties functioning in IPAC, and at the level of the IPAC, we are be telling every one of the political party in IPAC we should play this game of this politics in a normal way, that will not be. It should be a free, fair election in Ekiti. And at the level of my party, you know, I'm the state chairman of PRP in Ekiti.
Okay.
So, and as of today, my party have a candidate, and so other political parties in IPAC have their candidate. And as I know, all of us, we are going to face this election, and we are going to contest, and we are going to win. Which political party? For example, in PRP, we are on course. We have been trying to reach out to the people of Ekiti State. We have started our campaigning, and I can assure you, when we want to deal our flag off of our campaign, I think even this radio station will come there to come and cover our event by the grace of God. So, Mr. Moderator, IPAC in Ekiti is not silent. We are on course, and we have been reaching out to our people in the state. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Let me also say this very quickly, that I don't know, I understand what you actually said, but looking at it very critically, it appears, because majorly it is expected that part of the functions of the opposition is to put the government in place if the government of the day appears not to be doing what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
Well, it appears ever since 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025, we didn't really get to hear much about IPAC.
Thank you very much. As I said, IPAC is on the umbrella of all the political parties. And it's not me that we should be shouting on now, that we should be coming and be writing our, let me say, petition, shouting around. What we need to do, if you see our name is Interparty Advisory Council. So what we need to do, even by some letters that we have sent to this present government in the Ekiti State where they have done wrong, you know, we need to just advising them to call them to order that. And you know, the reasoning is a part of politics. But it's not me that we have a lot as a body, as a council. So what we need to do is this. What we had a law that guides us. So if a government of the day is doing the wrong thing, we have a way that we used to reach out to them by writing them officially, that we see there's a road that people have been complaining about. Your government is not performing. The citizen is complaining about about their revialism. All those kind of things as a level of IPAC and as a PRO of IPAC, which I've done. We write a government to let them know what the citizen is facing and what the citizen is passing through in the state, which we have done. And I believe and I know one of these, there was a time people have been complaining about the tax in Ekiti that is too high, the citizen. And we write the state government and we call them to order. And it's not that we are praising them here, and they call us that, okay, what can we do? And we said, look, this tax is too much for the citizens of this state. Please try and they do it. And then I think they resume the tax. There was a time they are talking about the prepaid meters. That the citizens is complaining that the estimated bill they are giving to them. At the level of IPAC, we write the state government. And as at now, it's not if you go, maybe few hours in Ekiti, I will not see prepaid. I think the government has been giving people prepaid. So, in level of IPAC, we have been trying our best to let people know, and to let the government know and the state government know that what we are doing, because we are the voice of the people. And what the people are, and we need to reach out. Once the people reach out to us, once we feel the state government, and I am not praising them here, but what I know is that after of 50 or letters that we have been writing to them, I think they respond to us. Although they are not performing in all, but they have responsibility of they can do So that is it, Mr. Moderator, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Adedayo Ademola. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the stories across the dailies this morning. I have to ask those questions I asked because a lot of people have been asking questions. IPAC this, IPAC that. So now that I have, I believe everyone is clear that okay, it's not that maybe IPAC is not working. IPAC is doing what they're supposed to do. The only thing is they decided not to go through the media.
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's clear and settled. All right, so let's talk about this particular story coming from the Punch newspaper. I have this annulled PDP convention. Turaki Films Wiki's camp celebrates. Now, the Tanimu Turaki-led National Working Committee of the PDP has appealed to the Federal High Court, the Federal High Court ruling that voided the party's November 2025 convention and recognized a caretaker committee backed by the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike. Addressing journalists on Friday, Turaki said despite the court verdict, the party remained legally intact and unshaken as it awaits the pronouncement of the appellate courts. Prince Adedayo, PDP. What's your take on this story?
Sir, for me, on the issue of the PDP, I don't think that PDP is existing again because the point is this. We don't even know the real PDP. Is it Wike fashion or Turaki fashion? Or Seyi Makinde? Because we need to ask ourselves. And if you see, as this party is going, I don't think this party is existing again because we don't even know who the real member of PDP. Is it PDP or APC PDP? We don't understand what is going on. So you will see what is happening in PDP presently now. You can see that PDP is already disarray. There is already disarray. And PDP, I just said, for me, the advice I will give it to them is that they should put they should try and merge with the party that they can make them fly in maybe in the next 4 years. It's not, we are not talking about because they are not functioning again. PDP is dead. That is the fact.
According to you.
It's not according to me, sir. I said something, and I know I said, are we PDP APC or are we PDP APC? Because if you saw, is it Wike fashion we are going to follow, or Turaki fashion, or Seyi Makinde fashion? So as it is, I think the party have already the crisis can never resolve. That is the fact. So I will advise to the any PDP member should look for their ways. Yes, that is it.
Okay.
Yes, they should look for their ways. See what is happening in Ekiti. It's not. For example, a PDP you should not have a candidate. Should not face a candidate for this coming election, governorship election in Ekiti. It's very bad. So even it's a failure in their part. The party that at the time they have 29 governors, 31 governors, and even everybody have not been defecting from the party. So the party is dead. The party is dead. Sorry to say.
Oh, okay. All right. That's according to you, Prince Adedayo. All right. Okay. Before we proceed in the program this morning, I would like to recognize and welcome to the studio this morning my in-house analyst. All right. That's talking about no other person than Engineer Muyiwa Obayonju. Engineer, you're welcome to the program this morning, sir.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for having me. Good morning. Good morning to my brother here. Thank you. I'm sorry for a little bit coming late. I think it's just this effect of
environmental sanitation. Okay.
We have to obey the rule of the
land. It's part of doing the right thing anyway. Yeah. So, Engineer, how has it been in the last 1 week? How has Nigeria treated you?
As always. Nigeria is good.
Nigeria is good.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always see the positive side of things.
Okay.
So we always see the cup half full, not half empty.
Oh, okay. So always optimistic.
Yeah.
Okay, so
because I know Rome was not built in a day. Everybody is trying to America and to London. If the Americans did not build their country, if the British did not build their country, they are not where to run to. So we should build this country so that people also should run to it. There was a time in this country that everybody went to school at University College Ibadan. Everybody went to school at Ibadan. And everybody wants to come to Nigeria. There's a time that we absorb almost a whole country in this same country. So if we have leadership ineptitude, leadership problem, that means that it's something can be fixed. But if you are not ready to fix it, then nobody is coming to fix for us. And that's why they are treating our people anyhow like slaves where they are. Just because they believe that running away is lazy man's end result.
Okay.
So we are here.
All right. With that, we are strong. With that, we are not lazy. Okay. All right. Interesting times are here. So before you arrive, engineer, I was asking Prince Adedayo, who happens to be the PRO of IPAC in the Ekiti State, about we were discussing the annulled PDP convention. Turaki Films Wiki Scam celebrates, according to the Punch newspaper. And Prince is saying, according to him, he is saying that as far as he is concerned, he believes that the party is dead. Considering the fact that, okay, before it boasts about 29, 31 governors, now you only have about maybe 3 or 4 that are left in the party as governors, and then the factions galore. Even in the Ekiti State, they do not have, as of today, they do not have a gubernatorial candidate recognized by INEC, according to him. So, what's your take? The PDP as a whole.
Thank you very much. It's rather unfortunate that the party that boasts sometimes that they are going to control the leadership of the country for 60 years is not the position that it is now, due to internal wranglings.
One is the largest party in West Africa.
Party in West Africa, internal wranglings, inability to resolve issues, people of different opinions, and a lot of things like that. You know, the problem with PDP does not even affect the party alone. It affects the whole democratic process as a whole. Democracy is not complete when there's no viable and viable opposition. But in Nigeria today, we don't have opposition. You can imagine prior to Buhari coming to power, prior to 2015, what APC was doing as an opposition party. It gives beauty to democracy. In fact, APC they put that opposition to fall to the extent that they really sent Jonathan out of office. They make people send Jonathan out of office because they're able to provide a viral opposition, a very strong opposition. But what do we have today? We have one party that is just controlling everything just because it's not that it's the best of the world, it's not the best of the best, they say they are, but because there's somebody that's giving them, there's no opposition. So we are about 18 registered political parties, apart from APC, PDP, now ADC. Who other one do we know? But we are going to have a ballot that's like a calendar. So, and those people are just there by name, and there's nothing. So even those that are there, the ADC that's supposed to be strong, they don't even know. They are just saying they want to send Tinubu to Lagos. They're going to tell the people why Tinubu should go back to Lagos. That's opposition. You don't just say my purpose is to send this person out of office. How? What are the things that you want to do better? They are not able to do that. And PDP again has been involved in a lot of wranglings and a lot of issues that they are taking steps that are being annulled and being by the court. So with that, you know, my brother here says it's dead, but me, I still say it's a nice see you. It's a nice see you. So I won't say it's totally dead. It can be resuscitated. You know, somebody can be in a coma for 6-10 months.
Okay.
And still come back.
Okay.
So if the people know what they are doing.
But the PDP still has a structure, and I also want to say something.
That's why I say they're in ICU.
Oh, okay.
Because the structure is there. In fact, when we put PDP and ADC, PDP is still stronger to me than ADC.
In terms of structure?
In terms of structure, because ADC has nothing to build upon. Now, they are just there in Abuja. Now, hardly can you see ADC anywhere. Though they say they exist, but in terms of structurally, you see some people guys that say we're ADC with one room there, but also a party that has been existing for long and they are very strong. They have to consider the fact that governors are living there, but there are some people that say we are not going to live here. We still belong to this place. All they need to do is to come together now, say okay, now let's follow the regulation. What does the law say? You know, the problem of PDP started when they allow personal interest and selfish aggrandizement. Now, when somebody said okay, we're not going to follow the rule of the party anymore, and sometimes when something like that happens in politics, it's going to cause what we are seeing now. The unwritten law says now we are going to be shifting, we are going to be rotating it now between the south and the north. Now Buhari is a northerner. It doesn't matter the party it comes from. He's a northerner that spent 8 years, so it automatically have to go to the south. And they say no. Somebody use influence and say no, we're going to do that. We want to leave it open. That is Autumn's committee. So we're going to leave it open, and so the people felt like
and that was where the problem started.
And has not been able to be resolved up to today. So it's a problem. Though you can remove the fifth columnist, you can remove the imaginary human being that is playing. You know, politics is policy anywhere. Yes. In politics, if me and you are fighting, so if your hand is stronger than me, you may not see my teeth, but if my teeth get hold of your back, if I hold it, so you definitely release the hand. You will be forced to release the hand.
Definitely.
So these are some of the things that's playing on in party, but I still believe that it's still in ICU. It's not totally dead. Okay. If the people really want to. Now that everything is destroyed, so go back to the drawing board and say, okay, we still have how many you want? We still have do after 1 year, all right? About 1 year, February next year is the election. Okay, now let's say we did the 1 year. What can we do? Now, if we are not able to revive, though that's going to court. For example, all the state elections. If you're not for them the Ekiti now, we can use Ekiti as a point. If we lose Ekiti, maybe we are not able to prepare before the election of Ekiti. Then okay, no problem. Let's forget about Ekiti. Now let's start with others now that will conduct in 2027. Now, what can we do now? Now let's bring this party together and at least let's revive this party first. Now let's follow the rules of the game. Now, is this South? Now, let's go for South. Let's go for a Southerner. Let's go for somebody. They are talking of they are talking of Jonathan. They are talking of Peter Obi. They are talking of Shea Makinde. Now, let's look at them. Even if it's Shea Makinde, but the most important thing is that the party must continue to exist. It doesn't matter now whether we win election or not. You don't win all the time. But if the party is still existing, you can now come together and say, okay, now we are preparing for 2031 or so. But at least the party is there, the structure is there, the people are there to say we belong to our party. So, but you see, like I've been saying several times on this platform, we don't have politicians. We don't have party men. We have people that are looking for means to an end, and that's what politics has reduced to in Nigeria. It has reduced to a means to an end, where people see it now as a means to get food. In those days, 79, 83, now people was losing election everywhere. It doesn't leave the party because there is an ideology. We believe that this is where this country should be run. This is our idea. And we believe that the education should be for all. Somebody at MPS say we believe that you should give housing to people. So let them have at least roof over their head. And GMP say we should give food to people. Let's go to the farm. And they stand on that. So whether they lose election or not, because it belongs to it's an idea that they feel it is. But you see what we have today now is that look at all the parties, APC, PDP, APP. Is there anything different? You can't say anything different if they are not talking of agriculture. All of them will talk about this, they will talk about that.
Okay.
So, and they are not stand by it. All right. So it's not all about losing an election, it's about an idea that we all believe that we can use. But these days, because it's a means of getting money, so that's why they just see it. And that's why in Nigeria now they say, what are you doing? Say, I'm a professional politician. In US, you must have something to do.
A career politician.
Because they know that once you made there is not US government, you president of US is not a place to make money. So that's why you must have job you are doing. You can't even, they won't allow you to do something because you have something to go back to.
Engineer Banyoju, I'll allow you to complete your thoughts. Let me come to you, Prince. Okay, Prince Adedayo. Now, Engineer Banyoju just made mention of a very critical point, and I know you are the PRO of IPAC, and just like what you said the other time while you were talking about yourself, you also said you're the chairman of the PRP in Ekiti. Yes. Now, as the PRO of IPAC, let me take you on that, okay? Now, as the PRO of IPAC, Engineer Banyoju just made mention of some very solid points, especially as regards the opposition. What's your take on it?
Thank you very much. It's not like there's no opposition.
I was talking about, let me break it down. I was talking about structure. I was talking about what those parties actually have in mind. What are we doing now that is separate or different from what they were doing years before? How did we get to this point? How do we have a way forward?
Thank you very much. As engineer have said, there's no even since 1999 to up to date, their policy, there's nothing different in it. If you see them, they will be saying they want to do agriculture, education, and I think that one is as a politics, it's not a part of the campaigning. What I believe and what I know is that even as the engineer have said, even democracy we are talking about, how do we play it in Nigeria is different from all those advanced countries that we are talking about. And nothing different from them is the blood that is flowing in their body is also flowing here with us here. But the problem we're having is that politics in Nigeria have turned to Karisha Shaw. You know, politics, they are making it to make a business into their pocket. Even the agenda they have, when they not get to the power, they will just forget about it. They will be even to how they want to make money and even to take care of what they want to build us in America, in London. The most of the problem we think that we are having today about the opposition issue, I always said it in anywhere I find myself. I said, if we can follow the way the advanced country used to play their politics, I think even Nigeria is going to be great. For example, as me now, I'm a PRP chairman, and today I see means to approach, or this present government approach me that they want to see me, and the other than this won't give me money. Do you know that I'm going to leave this party and move ahead to go and meet them in APC? And let me now tell you, whether you like it or not, me as his party chairman, I have a followers that is following me. And when I now get there, even if I have a very good plan in my party to do, since I've joined them, how do you want me to fulfill it to do the same?
Do you have that school of thought? Like, do you as a person, or you're just using that as an example of just an average Nigerian?
Yeah, that's what
because it's important to clear that.
Yeah,
so
that's what the politician used to do.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Okay.
So, and if you see it, that's why we have not been getting there in the level of the democracy and politics of Nigeria. That is why, for example, let me just tell you something very funny thing. Maybe I'm just a former governor, and I was I have a case with EFCC, and as of today, maybe I have a court case and they have been dragging me in all these kind of things. And today, I now move from where I have as a former governor, get to where this president with the present government. Do you know that is the end of the case?
Like you joined the political party.
That is it. So we can. I will say that. Even I'll always say something. The problem of this Nigeria is not the politician alone. Even the followers, even the voters. I think you understand. Now we are seeing of politics now. Even if you have a very good manifesto in your party, you have a credibility candidate. If the credible candidate did not have money, he can't win the election. No, that is the fact.
With the current situation of
things, the current situation of the ground. So, and at the end of the day, if anything happen, the blame we give to politicians. See, sir, the last governorship election in Ekiti, we all know what is happening. And as of today, even the credible candidate, even a match, but you should understand. So, you don't understand what I'm saying. So,
that's according to you, anyway.
Yes. Okay. And the problem is that within two, we opposition party, we will be doing in IPAC. Now, this is the time of election. If now you say that the government is not doing well, you are complaining. I think this is an opportunity for you now to not take the right candidate of your choice. Without not voting for the money, vote for the constitution, for your conscience. And I think if you do that, how what you are saying now, nobody will be talking. I think the government will come to your doorstep.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Prince Adedayo Ademola, for that take. Engineer Bayoju, what Prince said, the concluding part of his discussion, of what he said rather, actually looked similar to what we've said previously on this program, that even regardless of whatever your offense is, with the government of the day, the moment you join the ruling party, your sins are forgiven. But what do you think is actually the way forward, considering the fact that June 20 election in Ekiti is just by the corner already? Bans on election and politics has actually been raised, especially as regards election in particular. What do you think is the way forward as Ekiti prepares for June 20 election? Quickly, before we move to another topic.
You see, democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Yes, as long as the focal point is the people, the central point is the people, is the people's oriented, so it has to be. So in other words, whatever anybody wants to become, he has to be to the people. And that's the reason why you find out that there are a lot of politicians today that the only time you see them around is during elections, because they need the people at that time. And after elections, they don't need the people anymore. A lot of governorship aspirants, they come around you, they promise you this, give you kerosene, give you water, give you this. They can even promise that they are going to
they promise you free jam,
they take your taro to your room. You don't even need. They will even give you water.
But for some of these people, sorry to cut you short, engineer, I'll allow you to complete your thoughts. But for some of these candidates, how do we get to know those that are true and those that are just by words of mouth? We know those that belong to certain political parties, and we know their track records, right? I wouldn't mention political parties now. How about those probably who belong to maybe any of the opposition parties that actually mean business if they are able to get to power?
There's something in man that directs man. They call it intuition.
Okay.
Intuition is a little bit different from conscience.
Definitely.
Intuition now is that very silent man that tells you
this is what to do.
This is what to do. This is not what to do. Everybody has it. So when somebody are doing that to you, you know, every human being knows that this person it is, and somebody is telling you the truth. When he begins to talk, you know that this person
It's the
So
truth.
it's the truth. So, but because we have been programmed to believe that this money, after all, it belongs to all of us. It's the only person that will eat it. If I didn't collect it now, I will not see anything. So let me go collect my own now. Me, I know I will not going to see him again. So this, our leaders also have now believed that okay, they want this now, and so now whether they perform or not, number one, we are supposed to place them on accountability. Which though some of them doesn't want that anyway, but many of us don't know that it's part of our constitutional right to call these people to account for us. The money is they are in charge of our money. They should be able to tell us how they spend our money.
Yes.
But they don't want us to ask them how they spend their money. They see it as being offensive. So they see it as being anti-party or you are not loyal. And we now, we believe that, do they even need to tell us?
They see it as anti-government.
Anti-government. We are against government. And we too that are supposed that have the power, they will now say, did they really need to tell us? Give me something, Jare.
So give me my salary.
So they say, salary has now become an achievement. They pay salary regularly,
Which is actually
as if the workers did not work for that salary. So salary now is an achievement. I pay salary regularly. Some natural duty of the leader is now seen as an achievement. When if you collect money from federal to do roads and you now do roads and say it's an achievement, what are you supposed to do? You're not supposed not to do it. So if you do school and it says an achievement, so your children in the school in the state, and they're not supposed to go to school. So if you don't say I buy drugs to the hospital, don't buy drugs in the hospital. Let them die there. So this I don't know. As long as this leader does see us as different from them. Or see themselves high there and see ourselves down here. So they'll be looking at us as if they're doing us good by doing what the law said they should do.
Like they're doing us a
favor. And that's the way they see it. They now see good hospital as doing us a favor. Whereas if you don't give them, your people begins to die. And that's why we have state, that's why we have governor, that's why we have local government to be as close as possible. I can't go to Kaduna State now and begin to lay claims, even though as a Nigerian I'm supposed to now begin to say that Kaduna is still part of Nigeria, and so I should be able to look for a job in Kaduna. But we have streamlined our politics to an extent that it's not like that. So we have tribalized it. You have forced a tribal person before you are in Nigeria, whereas you are supposed to be a Nigerian first before saying where do you come from. So now that's what happened in other parts of the world. But today now you are an Ekiti person. So to now go to Ondo State and lay claim and say I need a job, they say which state are you from? Which state of origin? Go and bring local government identification. These are the things that as long as we have them, we are not going to make this country to be what it's supposed to be. And that's why you see a lot of divisions across the ethnic line. Hardly can you see any other tribe, any state that have another tribe in their civil service. And hardly can you see it in their political approach. If you are the best qualified, they will tell you that go to your state. Including even our neighboring on those states here. They say go to your state. As if we are not Nigerian. So because of that, now we are now empowering our political leaders to such an extent that now what they are supposed to do, they are not doing it. So and we now begin to support them because we believe that they need to give us something, not knowing that we have the power. Okay, so now your question now, the solution to that is for people to know that now the power to hire and fire belongs to the people.
100%.
All right. 100%. Now, all that needs to do, and we have been doing it. Some of us have been talking it over time. That until we disorientate, until we begin to delete all this bad this virus in our programs, that makes us to believe that we must demand something before we vote. We must collect something before we do vote. We must do stomach infrastructure. We must deboko sebe before we vote. We cannot get the best as long as we begin to have that. So because the leader too have known that he doesn't even need much from me. All he needs from me is 5,000 or 10,000. So all the leader needs to do is to stockpile some 10,000, calculate the number of people, and stockpile 10,000 for them. So they don't. And they make use of it. Whether I perform, I didn't perform. Just give them their 10,000 naira. I buy those votes for them, and that's it. And that's why there has not been anybody that goes to court to win. Because rigging, this type of rigging is a technical part of rigging. It's not different. In those days that we used to know is that you carry ballot. In those days that we do double thumb printing. In those days that we use the head, so ballot stuffing. But it's not like that again. It's that you buy from me, I still vote. So if you go to court, they will count the number of votes. It's still the same thing. Because it's not rigging, it's bought. But even though that is rigging too, technically it's still part of electoral practices. But there's no law. We have been talking about it. Maybe by the time they do this new reform before the next election, maybe it will be included.
How sure are you that? I don't know. The assembly we actually
don't know. I'm not sure they will not go to recess. I'm not sure they will not go to recess very soon. I'm very sure they will soon go to recess.
And so that recess will go for about 3-4 months.
And by the time there is no more 365 days between the time that INEC will announce to the time of the election, no matter any reforms, it's null and void.
Definitely.
It has to be done before 300, because INEC to make an announcement that there's going to an election, to give a notice of 365 days. And the way these people are doing it now is to say that let's put a little bit about 300. Yeah, let's now start. Oh, we're going to start the new electoral process. Not fully that it can't meet again. So that is that. So the power belongs to the people. And I'm saying, I used to say passionately, the power belongs to the people. If you want to give me money, my name is Muyiwa Obanjo. Maybe if you want to give me money, I will collect the money that will feed me for 4 years with interest. So
how sure are you it's going to feed you for 4 years?
No, come and give you give me 100 million. You give me 100 million. My vote, okay. You don't know how powerful my vote is. No, but now
that is the consciousness that you
can't buy my vote for 20,000. That my single vote can either make you or can either make you enter or make you lose.
But the truth of the matter is,
so you want to buy from me, give me 100 million. I know that within the next 4 years I'll be able to eat whatever I want. So I know that I sold the conscience, I sold everything. I even sold myself for you. But if you give me 100 million, you come and give me 10,000. What did I want to take 10,000 do now? So that's the problem. The power belongs to the people, and we must realize that. If you know that, these people begin to fear us. If you know that, these people begin to do well. That campaign is based on what you do.
Yes. Not on your policies.
Your popularity is based on popularity and your achievement that is visible, not the one you are coming to radio to tell us. The ones that we can see. We can see the road. We can see the hospital. We can see the schools. We can see it's not salary. Salary is not part of it, and it's not giving me rights. But let me have the money that you're able to buy rights for myself. Don't give me. They say don't give me fish. Teach me how to fish. That's what we are talking about. If it is based on that, this political leader will begin to fear us. But as long as we feel that hey, he's the one in charge, hey, and when he leaves tomorrow, we begin to curse the same person to say hey to today. So just because of 5,000.
5,000.
If you got 5,000 in your pocket and take buy from here to my place there, you think that they steal the money from
you. Let's talk about 2,500.
So that's it. But we must have political reorientation. We must have the political reorientation. We must reorientate ourselves. That this narrative that we are taking ourselves in this country will not help us. Now let me clear it. There is no perfect election anywhere in the world, including America, including Russia. But we are talking of percentage, and we are talking of how far people are able to understand the power that belongs to the people. But these people does not see the people as being very important anymore, because it is we that play into their hands. And that's why sometimes they don't even feel to campaign. Sometimes their campaign is just to tell us that on Saturday you just go out and vote. They won't say tell you what you have done. On Saturday, just go out and vote and
because they actually know what they would do.
They know that you are expecting now. You know, some people now they are looking forward to June 20.
Yes.
And say at least that day 2 bottles of beer will stand. At least that day.
Well, the question is that 2 bottles of beer and plate of pepper soup, will it take them for 4 years? Let me come to you, Prince. I'm still coming, Engineer Obanjo, so that we can move to another point of discourse. Prince, now, Engineer Obanjo has x-rayed the whole thing, especially the Diboko-Sibe area or era. Now, how do we correct this? Because let me take you back to the last election that took place in Ekiti State, last gubernatorial election. It happened at Danimo, but I won't give further details. It happened at Danimo area of Ado-Ekiti. An old aged woman, according to an old aged woman, was going to vote for someone else in a different party. I won't mention party names, all right, because I definitely am on air. Was going to vote for a different candidate of a particular party, and then someone came to meet her and says, "Mama, egba 5,000 naira, kedibo from party." And Mama has not eaten anything substantial in the past 4 days. Only thriving on water, gari, and just very little. Now, according to Mama, had to leave the person she actually wanted to vote for, that she feels is actually the right person, and vote for the party that gave her 5,000 naira. Now, even if our consciousness is raised as a people, as an electorate, how do we overcome this obstacle to having the right people at the aim of affairs?
Thank you very much. As engineer, I've said everything now, but I will just try to put 1 or 2 things to what he said. See, the problem we people have, as we said, and I like this program, we need to reorientate our people. Our people need orientation. See, as at now, can someone just ban on me that I should go and vote and will give me 10,000, even 1 million naira to go and sell my conscience? I will never. It's not me that I'm rich. But if you see what is happening, when we are talking about democracy, the power of democracy is for the people. I don't understand. It's the power of the people. Now, do you know it's very, very unfortunate, sir. When someone just put a t-shirt and face cap on you and just take you to a stadium, you don't even know his agenda, you don't even know his policy.
You are shouting his name.
Hey, Baba. And when you are going, they will give you 5,000 naira for coming.
Now, let me buttress your points.
Yes.
I'm not going to mention the name of any candidate or party. Of course, I know these are sensitive times in Ekiti, but there was a so thousand man match for a particular candidate of recent, and according to a lot of people that went there, didn't get 1,000 naira to go back home. Some of them trekked home, and then you still find the same people still committed and loyal to the party, to their party, to the person they are actually supported, even though they are grumbling. More like a case of suffering and smiling.
See, we have said it here. Engineer have said it. Our people need an orientation. See, the point is this: same people that you see that you come out for 1,000 march or something you are talking about, say about 10,000 or 1 million march.
Okay.
Same people will come out for PRP tomorrow. I don't understand.
Depending on where the money
Yes,
is.
it's better. Yes, it's better. But now, at the end of the day, if the candidates now emerge and you don't even give them what they want, the dividend of democracy, I don't see why people will be celebrating failure. A government that pay your salary, you will be shouting that, I don't understand. If they give a transformer, you'll be celebrating government. For what? It's the right of the government.
You mean the right of the people?
Yes. It's the right of the people, it's the right of the government to give the citizens what they want as a benefit. So I don't understand why all those things is happening, because we have said it, that our people need our orientation. See, do you know that politician in the power will make you poor on the day of election, that 5,000 I want to give you, it will not have so no impact on you. Because if you have, for example, you have like 500,000 in your account on the day of election.
Someone is giving you 5,000,
Someone is giving you
10,000.
5,000. You just bang on that person. What are you talking about?
What do I need? When you have sufficient.
I don't understand. Even our youth. I thought is this country that I just, even in my state, in Ekiti, sorry to say, you will say you are doing an empowerment. You'll be giving someone a deep freezer, a dryer. At the end of the day, when immediately you are giving it to him, he will go to Atika and to go and sell it. Because when you want to do an empowerment for the people, it's true.
That's quite funny, but it's I think you are making a whole lot of sense.
See, let me tell you what I'm thinking that before you can say you are empowering the people, you must want to have a sort of seminar for them. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, you are an hairdresser. Yes, good and fine. Okay, for just 2 days seminar for you, just rotate you, give you a lecture, you are going to, and when you give him his dryer, he can only go to Atika to go and sell it to.
Because she knows how important it is to
No,
have
it's value of what is empowerment for. So even our senator, you will see them giving them akoto, give them all those kind of things. At the end of the day, how many akoto of our senator giving to people in their constituency that are still working now? Most of it have taken to get in Ibadan to go and sell. They don't know the value. So that's why you see that politicians, especially even the government, they will never make the life of the citizen be better for their own self-interest.
So that they can always actually have a control of the people.
When they come to the date of election.
Okay.
Now, as long as you have financial autonomy, you won't demand, and that's why the people doesn't reach out to the elites. How do you convince an elite?
You mean the politicians? Don't reach out to the
They don't
elites.
reach out to the elites. They will even be campaigning. You know that some of them will be watching. They will be watching CNN. They won't come out because how do you want to, what do you want to do to them? But they know that the vulnerable ones. I mean, why democracy is all about these vulnerable people?
Because they are the ones that have the larger
That's why they
percentage.
get called the dividends of democracy. They're supposed to live better. They're supposed to be able to access health care. Their children are supposed to be able to access a good education, and quality one for that matter. They should supposed to be able to access good food. They're supposed to have this light, just as my prince said here. When you know these days now, you are the one in your street now. You are the one that will buy pole. You are the one that will buy the wire.
In fact, your
community will buy the transformer. You beg BEDC, they will even tell you they don't want to do that. So now, instead of the senator now to force the BEDC to do that, they will now do it as a means of campaign and say, oh, we bought transformer for you.
When it was bought by the landlord association.
Assuming as if that the people are not supposed to have access to good light. And unfortunately, you see, these people travel out of the country, they see how these people. Somebody was telling me that, yes, fine, we pay tax in UK. But you can see what our tax is doing for us. He said, that's why nobody is complaining of paying tax. Because your paying tax gives you virtually everything. When somebody said, I want to prepare fried rice and jollof rice, I went to buy chicken. He said, I bought 9 laps of chicken for £2. So he said that man should not pay tax. He said, he won't pay tax. So and he has a fridge, a light that will keep that lap, because you can't use 9 laps or 3 at the same time. So there's a light that will power the fridge or freezer to store that one for as long as he wants. So now, but here it's not like that. So that's why our leaders here now see every right of the people as campaign opportunity. They see every right of the people as they are doing them favor. So we have tarred your road as if it's not paying tax, as if it's not supposed to have good roads. And we have put light in your street as if it's not supposed to do that. Oh, we have put something we have constructed so number of schools as if it's not part of it.
Now these are civic duties.
No man who don't want. You know what somebody told me? He said in America, he said government is God. And I become curious. What do you mean? He said when he was in Nigeria, most things they are praying for to God for, Lord, let us have light. I want to do operation. I want to go to the hospital. Lord, let us have light. I want to let us have good road. He said those one government provides it.
Effortless.
When he was here, his prayer point, some of the prayer point, Lord, provide food for me. He said there's a place you go to collect food every Friday in Canada. There's a place you go to collect food
in Canada.
And they won't ask you, you don't have, why are you coming here? Don't you have food at home? No. The place there. Said the day he went there, 2 crates of egg, Indomie, rice. He said, hey, if he said what they gave him free of charge. That's so, but if you're in Nigeria, you have to wake up in the morning and say, so God now has been reduced to that kind of thing. He said, but that is God. That government is God.
The prayer point changes. And I think I can take a clue from what you're saying. You know, currently most Nigerians, especially when they are traveling, especially when you're going from one state to the other, the people you left at home will start calling you, trying to monitor your progress to ensure that you have not been kidnapped.
That's it.
So you start praying especially for security. But if you're over there, you don't need to pray for security. You know the security
when
is
you
there.
Go from Canada to US, just went and said, let me go to US, and you let me go from Canada, from US to Mexico, from US to, you want to even
without
any problem. All right. So, but here it's a campaign. It's an achievement here. And when I'm talking here, I'm talking about both local, federal, and state government. It's an achievement. We have done roads. We have done roads. It's an achievement. We have done this. But this is part of why you are there. But to them, they are doing something special. And so I don't blame them. Why are they saying that? Because now we don't place demand on our leaders. But leaders also does not want us to play demand on them. So we too, they are cowed us. So that we now begin to be afraid that we don't need to talk. So people that are supposed to ask questions, they are not asking questions. They are not. They fear that, well, if I do that, maybe it will anger the leader. Whereas the leader is supposed to say that this one is calling me to do what? To do more. There are natural things that leader is expected to do. You don't need to campaign about it. And also again, because what we're supposed to see before we make our decision, we're not seeing them and we don't care. A leader is supposed to be judged based on performance. In civil service, we have annual performance evaluation report which you are going to, your boss must fill for you in terms of your performance for that particular year. We're supposed to be doing the same thing every 4 years for this government. And so that now we cannot say, okay, sorry, we are not ready to hire you again because the last 4 years we do not fulfill. You're doing it up to 50%. And so sorry. But these days, not like that. And since they have discovered the formula that now works for them, so you have found out that they are not even, most of them are not doing anything. Again, you can imagine somebody that wants to empower his people want to buy wheelbarrow for them.
There was one I saw.
This shoemaker.
There was one I saw, and sincerely speaking, it baffled me. And with that, I want us to actually wrap up this and then move to another topic story. Now, I saw one of recent, and it baffled me. I wouldn't mention the state, I wouldn't mention the party, I wouldn't mention the people involved. But imagine giving out detergent. I would have mentioned the brand, but of course, I'm on air. Now, giving out detergent as empowerment to women. And I was wondering, rolls of detergent, they usually explode around 400.
That's not the big one. That's not the one that's so powerful. The one that will baffle you is the price of that one. Because they tell you that for empowering every man that say with detergent, it costs 10 billion. You just sit down and say,
10 billion.
Nigeria. Like you go to look at what they put in budget now.
We're actually going to discuss about budget in the second segment of second part of this segment. All right, but right now let's go for a very short break. We'll be right back after this time. It's still Ayuba at 5.1 FM, and the program is the Round Table Talk.
Right thing all the time, and you'll be sure to have the whole world singing.
When others discuss issues, they do so in half measure. But here, you're guaranteed a full measure from politics to other trending national issues. This is where we, with the contributions of experts and opinion holders, dissect issues in full measure as they unfold. This is the Round Table Talk on Ayoba 95.1 FM. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. It's still Ayuba at 5.1 FM, and the program is the Round Table Talk. I still have my in-house analyst with me in the studio this morning, as well as my guest. All right, my in-house analyst in person of engineer Muyiwa Obayonjo, as well as my guest, Prince Adedayo Ademola, who happens to be the PRO of IPAC in Ekiti State. All right, I would like us to take a look at the story as reported by the Open newspaper. Okay, for us many people that do not know the Open newspaper is the official newspaper of the Ondo State government. Well, let's take a look at the Open newspaper. What is the Open newspaper saying? It has this headline. It says Ekiti government breaks down 415.5 billion naira 2026 budget. The Ekiti State government on Wednesday presented a detailed analysis of its 415.572 billion naira 2026 budget of impactful governance, projecting the state's gross domestic product (GDP) at 8.8 trillion naira for the year. Presenting the budget highlights to a cross-section of government officials, financial experts and media representatives at Jibu Hall Government House at Ekiti. The Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Mr. Femi Ajayi, said the budget is expected to strengthen the state's economy through key strategic interventions in agriculture, art, education, infrastructure, tourism, and the informal sector. He added that it signals the administration's commitment to prudent fiscal management and implementation of economic reforms essential for unlocking the state's economic potential and opportunities. Okay, according to him, the MTEF enables the government to allocate available resources efficiently towards the completion of projects within a medium-term period, as it contains key parameters and macroeconomic projections, guiding revenue and expenditure estimates with a ceiling of 570 trillion for the projected year. He added that the fiscal document provides a blueprint for achieving the administration's vision of shared prosperity through the adoption of a zero-based budgeting approach with a strong focus on completing ongoing projects to boost economic growth. Okay, I'm going to link that up with a story, okay, more like a response to claims and spurious accusations on the State 2026 budget. Okay, those claims and accusations were made by a social media influencer, Very Dark Man, popularly known as Very Dark Man. Okay, and then this is a response. Okay, I read this response as a concerned citizen of Ekiti State, and by extension as a firm believer in the leadership, philosophy, fiscal discipline, and governance record of Governor Biodun Abayomi Ibanji, the executive governor of Ekiti State. Okay, I can carefully listen to your video commentary in which you made several allegations concerning the Ekiti state budget, particularly your claim that the state government allocated only 68 million naira to primary health care, which while appropriating significantly higher sums to the State House of Assembly. You went further to infer from this comparison that the governor is indifferent to the plight of the poor and vulnerable people of Ekiti State. As someone genuinely committed to the welfare of Ekiti citizens and the integrity of public discourse, I found these assertions troubling. I therefore undertook a deliberate and independent review of the 2026 budget estimates to verify your claims. What emerged from this review is that your conclusions were reached without constitutional clarity, budgetary context, or due diligence, and have unfortunately misled the public. Primary health care and constitutional responsibility. Your argument rests almost entirely on primary health care, yet this is precisely where your analysis fundamentally collapsed. Now, going through this narrative, okay, let me go quickly, correcting the false 68 million naira narrative. Contrary to your claim, the state government did not allocate 68 million naira to primary health care in 2026 budget. A review of the official estimates under the Ministry of Health and Human Services clearly shows that the State Primary Health Care Development Agency, the statutory body responsible for coordinating PHC services statewide, has a 2026 budget allocation of 250 million naira. This figure stands independently of local government allocations across the 16 local governments, the federal inflows through the BHCPF and other intervention programs. Okay, it's a very long one there, and I wouldn't want to actually waste much of our time. Now, Engineer Banyoju, let me start from you. 2026 budget, 68 million saga. I know you've heard a lot about this, and of course, you also have your opinion built around this. Now, if you look at the budget, yes, the government gave a budget, and that budget made provisions for the primary health care as well as the health sector. But do you think that that allocation to the health sector is actually sufficient, considering how sensitive that sector is to the people? We are talking about health care. If there are no people in the state, how will people, what's the essence of the road? Now, this is also not forgetting the fact that even with this amount, we all know as of today how expensive the health sector is. When we talk about, I wouldn't mention agencies, but definitely we know hospitals, government-owned hospitals, that you have to pay for virtually everything that you're going to access from the hospital. At the end of every year, this department, they look at, okay, how much did you generate, and then most likely they even have awards. Give, okay, the department that generated the highest revenue for the hospital in the particular closing year. And then you begin to wonder, but from one hand, the amount that was budgeted for the health sector. For the other hand is, even with this budgetary allocation, it appears, okay, the facility is there, or the facilities are there, but are they affordable for the common man in Ekiti State? Engineer Banyoju, let me start from you, sir.
Thank you very much. Looking at the budget, and even though they have denied it, I think 68 million is gross inadequate.
Grossly inadequate.
But they said it's 268 or 212 or whatever million. Even that one, when you look at...
out of 500 and something billion.
So now...
If I'm not mistaken.
Because when you look at... some things are very, very important to the people. Everybody cannot be governor, everybody cannot be in government, but there are some things that are expected.
So out of 415.5 billion naira.
That's the total.
That's correct. Yes, the total budget.
Yeah, so you see that that one is very, very small compared to that. But you see, sometimes when you look at something like that, now what comes to mind is that there are some things that are expected of the people. That you are expected to do for the people that will cut across, and they will see that, oh, this is actually dividends of democracy. One of it is education, the other one is health, especially the issue of health, because health is what they say. And you can achieve anything you want to achieve when you are healthy. So, and that's why everybody is expecting that. In fact, even at the federal level, people are always querying the amount budgeted for education and health in any budget for the federal and even the state state level, because people must be able to access it. But then I think probably the state government is trying to look at well, maybe they are expecting a lot of intervention there used to be government intervention, international intervention, World Bank intervention that will compensate for that. And you see, when we say budget, sometimes, budget are different, are focus, and individual leaders have the focus they want to do for their budgeting. But then generally we have what we expect the government is supposed to do. And there are some places that that no matter what happens, they should take the substantial part of budget. One of it is health. The other one is education. In fact, UNESCO says 16% of your budget should go for education. So that because it should be education for all. Why is lower India to people today, and why is Southwest above others in terms of education? Because for education, they were more enlightened. And one of the problems of the North today is education too, because they are not enlightened. And their leaders felt that we don't want to educate them because once they know they are right, we'll be in trouble. So that's why, and every year we see leaders now neglecting, shying away from this reality of putting enough money in education, putting enough money in STC. Just as we said, to access S-Facility these days is very expensive. It's expensive. People are dying because they can't afford daily some small drugs to take care of them, especially some of these internal problems. And that's why you expect government to put so much money on S system, and even sometimes you can even subsidize. And that's why when you're talking about one of the things that government people can enjoy from your government, whether federal government, state government, is to subsidize something like health. That's what they do. In abroad now, they will get to a particular age, you don't pay anything for health anymore because government begin to subsidize.
But we do not see that happen in Nigeria.
It can happen. No, let me not say. I mean, it can happen.
It can happen.
When we have the right leadership. Sometimes, if we remove something and everything, there's nothing stopping you from subsidizing something that affects all. And now, look at our some of these our headers are dying from something like drugs that's up to 5,000-10,000 naira because they can't afford it. So that one now kills them. They die. So there's nothing stopping any government to say, okay, I'm the government of the people. Now I want to subsidize health. So even though if I say it's free health, which is even possible, consider the volume of money that is going to states now, times 3, times 4, consider the volume that's coming to federal government, and when something has been removed, now we're having tax system. By the time you see the first quarter of this January report, financial report of January for this year, you'll be surprised the volume of money that is coming to federal government through this tax. Now there's nothing stopping them, but unfortunately you see selfishness and some personal things will not allow government to do some of these things. Well, you now see some of this money go, because sometimes when I hear people like the money that goes into the hands of people like Malami, 212 billion naira.
And you begin to wonder,
and
how on earth
in the whole of Kebbi State, 212 billion can give everybody free education, free health, free food. Because even as worse as Nigerian naira is today, 1 billion naira is 1,000,000 1,000 times. Definitely, that's not small money, my friend. But then in the hands of individual. So which means that some of these things we talk about is very, very possible. But sometimes, like we used to say, our leaders doesn't care much about us because most of the things that affect us does not affect them. Now I talked about the other time. Now tell me one person, one leader in Nigeria whose child or children are not in abroad. The ones that are not in abroad, they will be in one of the best private schools in Nigeria. All right. Now, how does that person now want to care whether there is strike or no strike? Thank God now, since the exception of this administration, there have not been strike, so we can give it to them because when they are doing well, you say they are doing well. All right. Now, when I'm talking of S system now again, now tell me now one leader, governor, minister, senator, commissioner, House of Assembly member, speaker, all of those big people, senator or speaker or senate president, all of them that have headache that will not go to the best hospital in the world.
Except when it's a case of emergency.
Even that emergency, they have to stabilize them and put them in there's what we call air ambulance. They can rent air ambulance anywhere and put them in the ambulance and take them out.
What I'm trying to say, engineer.
Now, if they have the opportunity to assess that, how would they know whether there's problem in the exit or not? If somebody is riding a jeep that has this, there's a powerful shock absorber. How does he know that road is bad? So sometimes that's the reason why you find out that the budgeting now sometimes say much about the living condition of the leader, not the living condition of the people. Because they don't, you can only empathize with what you pass through. Definitely. But most of the times, when you don't, when somebody is telling you now that you are in the studio now, but if you don't have a car, and somebody is telling you that in fact, when that road, I don't even know. You say this road is bad. You say, hey, I didn't say anything bad in it. Why? Because you're using it bad because the car you are using is doing bagger. But the one you're using is like a massage for him. The more you pass through bad road, the more he massages his body. And so I say, I don't feel that this road is bad. This road is bad, so I'm not feeling it.
This road is good.
I feel refreshed. You don't know why from here to my house, everything, my system was strong. Why? Because the type of machine is using. You are not see the same thing. So you are not on the same pedestal, and there's no way you want to understand what you do. And that's exactly everything that happens in Nigerian politics. Our leaders does not pass through the same thing, and that's why we are saying now, number one, if you want them to do well, now let there be a law that says once you assume that position in Nigeria, your children cannot go out of this country to school. Once you assume that position in Nigeria, you cannot access health facility outside Nigeria. You know that before the next 6 months, every health system facility in Nigeria will be upgraded. Every school will be doing the best. But once that one is not there, then they don't understand. They don't pass through it. So that is the reason why sometimes you see some of this budgeting does not really focus on the people. Rather, it focus on whatever the leader wants, whether governor, whether president, whether minister, whatever. It focus more on them. But that's why we still come back to where we are saying that it's supposed to be by the people. When you say budgeting, it's like you have a vision of what you want to do, and it has to be people oriented. That how you want to solve health problems for the people. How do you want to make health system, health facility available, more
practical approach,
more accessible to the people. Now, if they tell you that health institution is very exorbitant, you are looking at it, how do you want it more easy so that people can access it better and live a better life and live a long life. The life expectancy in Nigeria has been reduced from probably before, I think 4 years ago it was 50 or thereabout, but now it's 45, which means that as a Nigerian now they expect you to die at 45 years. That's what they give us as a life expectancy. Whereas there's a village in Japan, by the time you are 70, they now marry a virgin for you to test your strength that you are not, that you are a boy, you are still a small boy at 70.
At 70 years.
Yes, because that's where they have the longest living human being, where people live till 140.
My God.
Now tell me now, no matter how it is, our body experiences wear and tear.
Yes, sir.
As you grow old, your body begins to drop.
Yes,
but
sir.
when you have access to quality health systems, you are growing old and you are becoming stronger. Your system is not dropping. But when you cannot even access common Panadol, paracetamol, you know this thing is interconnected. Headache will connect to some other things, connect to the eyes, the eye will connect to the nose, connect to the body. So these people now, because they have a strong health system that takes care of everybody. So even from the youth, they start taking care of them till they get to 140. But here, nothing like that. The food system is not to write on, but you would call it, you barely hit what you see, not what you want.
Not what you want.
So if you want to hit, like they call it balance, there's nothing balance. So how do you have money to buy balance? If one apple now, it's about 600 naira. That's more one. And if it's bigger, it's 800 naira. And they say you should take one a day. By the time you take one, 800, 7 days, your salary is gone. And so now how do you now balance the diet? So you take by the morning, you take garri in the afternoon, and if you see rice in the evening, all the same. So you are building up enough carbohydrate.
No starch
In your system. So that's it. So it's because these people did not pass through it. They are not feeling what to feel. And that's why you say body rush into politics. Politics has become a means to an end. You make big money. And unfortunately, nobody is asking questions. There's immunity clause for governors, there's for the president, even there's immunity clause for local government now. There's immunity clause for political leaders. So it's not even governor now. Once you appoint a political leader, immunity clause for you. They don't do what.
Especially when you belong to the ruling party.
The immunity clause for you. So with that, now it's a power to do and undo. Now, number two, I said it, we are not placing them on accountability. Nobody's accounting. And we are not even placing demand on them. And so we are not even assessing their performance at the end of their 4 years or when they want to come in. So there's nobody, even if you put me there and I know nobody is questioning me, there is propensity for me to do as I like. When nobody is questioning me. What helps us to do right is because there's a lot of things that put us on accountability. We want to ask questions, but one
putting us on our toes.
But when that one is not there, we are just saying there's no opposition. So there's no opposition anywhere in the country. So unlike what you can imagine, if PDP is in power in Nigeria,
what do you think
with all this system, they will make sure they oppose this government. Everybody is seeing them on the road and be stoning them. But what do you have today? So everybody is just jumping because they see that when you get there, your sins, just as a prince said, your sins are forgiven.
Your sins are forgiven.
So that's it. There's no opposition. Nobody is talking. Opposition is very good in any case, but when there's none, so everybody just begin to do the way they like. But budgeting is for the peace. So to do things that will better the lives of people. And I begin to look in the past 3-4 years now. I've not seen our budgets translate to a better life.
For the people.
For the people. I've not seen. But it's always bettering the life. There's any word like bettering. It's always bettering the life of.
It's always making the lives of the
much more
politicians.
There are some people when they say we want to budget, they will just going to go somewhere and begin to thank God. Say, hey, money has come again. In fact, it's even worse at the national because they used to do a lot of paddling, put not fictitious things there. to see some people what they
And
want
there will be no checks from the executive because they are together.
Not yet. No, you rub my back, I rub your back.
That's what I'm saying. They're together.
Nobody checks
It is well. Okay, let me get to open the phone lines and then, of course, get to hear what Prince has to say on this same issue. 09060007386. That's the number to call this morning to share your views on the program. 09060007386. And I said engineer. Prince Adedayo, what's your take on this whole issue of budget? Has the Ekiti state government done right? Okay, but before you attend to that call, let me pick up this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Abu Ludodo calling from Adekiti.
Okay, Mr. Abuludodo, let's have you in 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I appreciate our guest here. They are speaking well. I only want to talk about the two issues on what they have said before. One, the voting system to our political class. I will just pray that none of you will see poverty in your life.
Amen.
Poverty is not a good thing. Our guest is talking like that. Don't take 1,000, don't take 2,000. Because of what you need to do. There are some Nigerians, they can't get 5,000 in a whole year. 1 year. When they see 5,000, it's like 5 million. I tell you, when to village, I was about to do money to one old woman. I told the woman, please, I have only this when I call, when I just go home. He said, no, give me. I give her 5,000 naira. She woke up early the morning, the second day I come and thank me. I am telling you this, and I told my daughter, I said, see what happened. My brother told me, you know what that 5,000 has done in the life of this old woman? This is it. Imagine you tell that person to come and keep 5,000 naira to vote. Even if you don't vote, they don't even see what the government has used. The government has come their right to treat them.
Okay, Mr. Abuludodo, very quickly to your second point.
Okay, the second point, please. The guest, you said something and the guest is not say anything about that.
What's that?
We are using a sector in the state to generate revenue. Go to teaching hospital. You go there, you go to the optician department, they tell you to be coming every month and be giving you the same message until you are tired of going there. They will tell you, go and do this, go and do this, go and. When you complain of single something, you will do that and they make sure they give you a lot of money. The second time you will not go there again. Is it supposed to be? They are using health sector as a revenue generating place in the state here. With a more amount of money coming into the state now. How many of us are we in the state? We got help us to. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution this morning, Mr. Abuludodo from Ado-Ekiti. He accused the government of using the health sector, and he made mention of the teaching hospital as a case study to generate funds and generate revenue for the state government, despite the fact that a particular amount is actually coming into the state. Okay, Prince Adedayo, before we have other calls, let me get to hear your view, your take on this. Ekiti state government, the budget for the year, 415.5 billion naira, and then according to them, 250 million naira attributed or allocated rather to the health sector. What's your take on this?
On the issue of the head in the state, as engineer
said,
I think a good governance. I think the number one primary assignment of them is to give an accurate health care to the citizens of the state. For me, even what the VDL have said.
Okay, VDM.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he's saying the right thing. Even if it's just 68 million naira he's talking about, even if this government is saying
250 million.
I think on the issue of the health, that kind of money or budget is too small for the health. Because if you go down to all those grassroots, I'm talking about all those villages. You see most of these villages doesn't even have, let me say, health centers. For example, I'm from Efon. Now, there's one village they call Iwaji.
Iwaji.
Yes.
In Efon local government. Okay, in Efon. Okay.
Yes. As I'm speaking with you, if something happened to those people living in that villages, I think they will take like, let me say, 5 or 6 miles before they can come to town to come and take care of the person. So for me, I think even issue of this budget you are talking about the health sector that they put in we don't even for even the last budget, do we feel the real health impact on the budget? So I will just appeal to the state government of the state that I think if we are alive, sir, that we'll be talking about government and or you want to vote or something like that. The most primary assignment of the good governance must, number one, the good take care of the citizen on the good health. Secondly, good education. Any other terminations we follow and any other activities. So even there's no argument on that. What I would tell the state government is that they should make an improvement. As the last caller said, the first caller said, he said the health sector, he mentioned the teaching hospital that is an avenue for the state government to generate a fund. Sir, I wish you have a very good point. Because as today in the state, we know how much the teaching hospitals generate when you talk to issue of, and if this kind of budgeting is coming out, you should know that something is wrong somewhere. So there's no planning for the people of Ekiti to have a very good health, to have a very let me say primary health care. So I will have just appealed to the state government on that they need to put more improvement on the health. So the people of Ekiti can feel the dividends of democracy on the health sector and the other administrations that even belonging to them, because I will simply say here, the power belongs to the people.
All right, thank you so much, Prince. Prince Adedayo. Now, Engineer Banyoju, I want us to take a look at still on this particular matter. Is it right, actually, for the government, despite the fact that, okay, yes, there are budgetary allocations, is it right for the government to actually make revenue through the health sector? By that, I mean, it's normal, okay, you go to the hospital, they ask you to go and collect, what's it called now, card, or collect form or something. Now, apart from all of this, the kind of goes amount that people pay, and I think Mr. Abuodudu actually make a reference to that also. Do you think it's actually right for the government to do that, considering the kind of revenue, considering the kind of allocation Ekiti State is getting at the moment? I'm going to give you scenarios. There are scenarios in which you actually have people being rushed from the primary health care, primary health center across the state, being rushed through an ambulance to the Ekiti State Teaching Hospital. I'm talking about pregnant women. And then they need to actually go through a lot of process, except if it's an emergency, before these people actually get attended to. A lot is actually happening in the health sector, but our time will not permit us again. What do you think the state government is expected to do? But before we do that, let me release the phone lines again. 090-6000-7386. 090-6000-7386 is the number to call to share your views on the program this morning. Engineer Banyoju, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I think on this one, sometimes I ask a question from one of these care provider, and what he told me is what I'm going to explain here. Probably true, because maybe people do not know.
Okay.
He said,
Okay, let's pick this call, please. Hello, good morning. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Isaiah from Ado.
All right, Mr. Isaiah from Ado. Let's have you very quickly in 1 minute.
Thank you, Professor.
All right.
But my sister, the point is that in Nigeria setting, you do the animal farm. You realize that all animals are very equal. That's the dream the politicians are playing for us. The belief that there is a difference between commoners and the egg. So, for instance, very simple, hardly you can see any egg queue on the electric feeder voted for this or that person. So we the commoner, we want to be level that we are unable to know the right from the wrong, which is very, very unfortunate. I think we need to reorientate ourselves for us to know our rights from wrong.
Okay.
So that Nigeria can move forward in harmony.
All right.
A million of budget that we are talking about it's highly unfortunate that in 1999 we have been practicing democracy. The enormous amount of money we have been budgeting for so many things in Nigeria to get we are unable to reflect of the development and agenda of our country. Look at it is just for instance, just the particular that we have been what are the actual development that people are really for, that the commoner are really for. So I say that our politicians, when we help them to take right and do the right thing at the right time. There are some projects that I don't know see that are happening that are not affecting the life of the masses. The masses are the ones that are voted them. Their priorities supposed to be taken care of. But when they get to that position, they are after their home and their family and themselves. This is what supposed to be.
All right. All right.
I think God will help us.
Amen and
Thank you very
amen.
much, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Isaiah, for contribution this morning. 0906000 7386. That's the number to call to share your views this morning. Engineer Banyoju.
Thank you very much. So what the man told me is that in health care delivery is in 3 stages. So you have the primary health care, you have the secondary health care, so you have the tertiary health care. He said, and each of them varies from each other. Now your primary health care, if there are issues there, he said that's where you go to the secondary health care. He said then if there are problems, you go to the tertiary health care. He said the tertiary health care is a training institution where you have consultants and a lot of highly trained professional individuals in health system delivery. So, but now in the state here, he said everybody is accessing the tertiary health care facility. So that's why he said everybody rushing to teaching hospital. I said no, teaching hospital is supposed to be the last place. So when you start from the primary health care, that's the local what we call dispensary or whatever health centers. So if they cannot handle it, they refer you to the state. So you have doctors in terms of the different discipline, and in the end, you now refer to the teaching hospital, which is supposed to be on a very advanced and the chronic and this is so that's the way he explained to me. But then even at that, at every level of this, the accessibility to drugs is one thing that is really hitting deep in the people. Though you all know that in medical profession, not many of these medical professionals, they are not staying again. They are looking for a better life everywhere. Doctors now just get appointment today in any of the health system facilities. By next week, it's in the US. In fact, you know that Saudi Arabia come and conduct interview for more than 2,000 healthcare in Nigeria here. And Nigeria government are looking at them.
Healthcare professionals.
2,000 of them, they took them from Nigeria because Nigeria, they find out that Nigeria, when they're exposed to state of the art, they are the best. In the world today, Nigeria is the best doctor. What's the name of this man that removed fetus? He removed fetus from the womb, perform operation and return the fetus. It's in Nigeria. So, and that one win all the laurels from Nigeria. So when you talk about medical facilities, medical provision, they are always looking for Nigeria. So they don't stay. And the few ones that are there, they are not enough. So now that is for accessibility to healthcare providers. But when we now talk of the money aspect of it, the truth of the matter is that it's expensive at every level. In those days, they will tell you, go to the pharmacy. Once the doctor see you and prescribe, the pharmacy will give you those drugs. But these days now, you will buy it. You buy everything from the smallest to the biggest. So you have buy it, and they will tell you that healthcare is not cheap. And so now they brought down to the same question as that. What is it that the people want to benefit from government? What is it that the voters want from government? The difference of democracy we are talking about, what is it? If there is no quality enough employment, if there is no health care and health facility available, if there are, you see some people want to do some renal issues and you have to say be looking for 12 million to 20 million to travel out.
When they have a government.
So now And these are some of the things. Like I told you the other time that even when we're talking of budgeting to the head, there's an amount of what you budget to the head facility that can be enough. Because that's the area that the people have to be healthy. They have to be alive. If you don't have enough money, you are not giving them enough money. The minimum wage now is cannot even buy fuel now.
The minimum wage is wage minimum.
It's wage minimum. So if they can't get that enough money to take care of themselves, and government is also not providing enough subsidy or enough intervention to really help them assess quality, then it means that you will leave the people to go and die. And that's what it means. And that's why you see people dying every time, because some of them, they can't assess this thing. They don't have enough money to do that. So that is why budgeting to health system, budget education should be the topmost priority, even more than budgeting to the House of Assembly. Well, the money that goes to the House of Assembly, what they do is they go and buy Jeep. Once they buy Jeep, they take care of themselves. They give them a lot of allowances, and they are living.
Now, I want us to compare this as regards to, in contrast rather, to a particular amount that was actually allocated for furnitures, about 150 million.
So that
150 million for furnitures, 250 million for the healthcare.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's alarming. 0906000 7386. That's the number to call this morning to share your view on the program. 0906000 7386. Can we get one or two more calls before we call the program a wrap this morning? 0906000 7386. Prince, what do you have to say as regards this? Okay, I think we have a call. Let me get to pick this call, then I get to hear your views. Hello, good morning.
My brother is going to call you back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I visit to our engineer.
Okay.
The explanation given to our engineer is it really peculiar to Nigeria system in way? Or that is how it's been practiced all over the world.
Okay.
Because I cannot imagine somebody is saying teaching hospital, health delivery. You see health center everywhere, nothing there. Nothing. You just from village to village, from one place to one place, health center everywhere. Whereas in that country, only one hospital will take care of millions. You go there and you get all these things. Once upon a time in Nigeria, when I charge us a period, free medicine in the hospitals, everywhere. If you are not going for a major operation, you don't pay. What is it peculiar to Nigeria of what we have done in Nigeria though? This is it.
Okay. All right.
Good morning.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution, sir. All right. I'll allow you to respond, engineer, but before then, let me get to hear from Prince as we prepare to round up the program this morning.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Moderator. What I will say, I'm a politician. Yes.
Okay, please let me pick this call. Pick this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Your name and where you calling from quickly?
Yes, Mr. Sunday calling from Ado.
All right, Mr. Sunday from Ado. Let's have it quickly.
Let me just appreciate your guests over there. General Banjo and the other man. They have spoke well. They have spoke well. Our leader has seen us like that. They have seen this. Being the politicians that come to entrepreneur. That the more you invest your money and the more you have a rich benefit. So, the issue of eggs, etc. in Nigeria. In fact, the way the people are dying with just a little drugs in the hospital, so they don't have much money to afford all those little drugs. The way they are dying, it's not good in Nigeria. Like what about Obasanjo said the other time, when they have a little slight headache, they will fly out of the country. I think those people are not put their country in the good part. Can they fly over there? They will do. I believe that this this is our government in Nigeria. They should learn from Kuru, that COVID-19. I mean, when another person cannot fly to another country, nowhere to be around that time. I think they will learn from that incident. But the answer is no. They don't ready to learn. God bless you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday from Advocate, for your contribution this morning. 09060007386. All right, Prince, back to you.
Yeah, thank you. As I said I will talk as a politician, and all those things we have discussing in this morning. I think our future is in our hand, and when you are so as we said, the power is for the people. We are talking about the budgeting of the healthcare. We are talking about education. I think this is the right time for us in Ekiti to rethink. And we see there's something that we used to call fact check. What happened between last 2 years now to this time of this election in Ekiti? So if we want to get it right, I think this is the right time for us to get it right. And as the engineer have said, we need orientation to our people. We need to orientate our people. Because you will see, they will never come to the elites. You know, they believe that they cannot buy their conscience. And let me tell you, Yoruba said, Oluwa ma lowo sini, Oloshina ma lusho sini. So, for us, I think even if the government want to do it, I think we need to be in the same page in every citizen of this country. So, now, it's the masses that is complaining that there is no good road. It's the masses that is complaining that there is no light. It's the masses that they are complaining that they don't have a very good health.
The governor doesn't have a feel of what we
what are you talking about? Everybody is using solar, using everything. They have the money to do everything. So, and there's someone that is comfortable. After 4 years now, we now come back to you to come and buy your conscience again. And you as a person that is supposed to be living even the life that is living, because we are all equal.
But funny enough, it appears the government of the day is also rolling out its drums, saying that it has actually achieved feats and people should vote for it as for second term.
That's what I'm saying. That's now there is a time for us to know check facts. You said before you be the governor, you said you will do water. Have you done it? So you give you this comment. Okay, you said you want to make a road for the people. Have you? So this thing is sin is believing. I think you understand. Let me tell you, sir, whether you like it or not today, something happened in this state when the time of this COVID-19 they are talking about.
Okay.
I think after the COVID-19 subsidy issue just come up, and I think the federal government distribute some rice. Do you know some people? This rice is meant for the citizens of the state, the various states.
As palliatives.
Yes, a palliative.
Yes.
Do you know some people put them in their home that even it's spoiled in their house? So let me.
Some even they bag it and they were selling. They put in their shops and they were selling.
So
the rice that was meant for the people.
So I think you understand what I'm saying. So now I think we need to put the right person at the right position. Nothing wrong with Nigeria. Nothing wrong with Ekiti. The only problem we are facing in this country is that we need to put the right people in the right position.
All right, thank you. I'll take that as your final thoughts, Prince. Engineer Bayonju, your final thoughts as we begin to wrap up the program this morning.
The same thing I've been saying is what I'll say again. It has come down on us again now, and we are here again facing with the opportunity now to choose our leaders. If people decide the leader, they choose for themselves.
Yes, sir.
So now, let's listen to us. We don't against any government. We are not saying you are, but let your conscience judge you when you want to vote. Anybody that's presenting money to you has not done well. Anybody that's presenting money to you has no agenda. He only wants to buy you and do whatever he likes. And one thing about it is that once you collect that money, you have no moral right again to condemn it.
Definitely. Because
you have been paid, and that's what it means. So this time around, you have to discipline yourself enough to say, I want to vote for my conscience. It is Bao I want to vote for, I don't want money. It is this person I want to vote for, no money. And that is it. And with that, you know that yes, if this person perform, that's my choice. If it doesn't perform, it's still my choice. But once you collect money, and that is it, you have sold a very important part of you, and you have no right to complain whatever you see thereafter. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much, Engineer Boyanju. If there's anything I've been able to pick up, from your concluding thoughts on the program this morning, as well as that of Prince, I think it's very simple. It is time again for Ekiti people to listen to the politicians, listen to people that are campaigning to become your next governors. Do not be enticed by Diboko Sebe. Do not be enticed by whatever it is they are bringing. Check the score records, check the facts, fact check them, and then of course vote in the right person. Just like what Engineer Bayu said, if you are voting for Bao, vote for Bao. If you are voting for PRP, vote for PRP. If you are voting for ADC, vote for ADC. Vote your conscience. That is what the message is this morning. Not because, okay, you want us to vote for a particular party and then another party is bringing, and then you feel, okay, let me go with this one. No, vote for the right person so that we can have a better leadership in Ekiti. Let me use this opportunity. I'm sorry I can't pick calls again. All right, the phone lines are still buzzing, but definitely we are pressed for time. Let me use this opportunity to thank my guest on the program this morning. That's in person of Prince Adedayo Ademola. He is the PRO of IPAC in Ekiti State. Prince, thank you so much for obliging us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, and I hope that next time we'll call on you, you oblige us.
Sure.
All right, thank you so much. Let me also thank my in-house analyst, as always, Engineer Muyiwa Obayanjo, the table shaker. Thank you for obliging us as always, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let me use this opportunity to thank all my callers this morning, Mr. Abuolodudu, Mr. Isaiah, as well as Mr. Sunday, all from Abuikiti. Okay, and for everyone that I couldn't pick your calls for one reason or the other, I hope that next week we'll be able to actually have more time to entertain calls. All right, let me also appreciate everyone who has made today's program a success. My studio engineer, and of course the man behind the system. I want to say a very big thank you to you, Emmanuel. All right, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Let me also thank my GM, Mr. Adewale Ojo. Thank you for this platform as always, sir. Until next week, Saturday, when the Roundtable Talk hits your radio waves again on Araba 95.1 FM. I am your friend and brother from another mother. My people call me the Golden Voice on radio. Tenyola Akande is my name. Saying, be a good Nigerian. Ensure you do the right thing. Part of doing the right thing is what we discussed today. So if you are in government, please do the right thing by ensuring that the needs of the people are attended to, well attended to. If you're a politician campaigning for a post, please don't give people fake promises. Do the right thing by ensuring that whatever you're promising the people is what you will do. Let's do it the right way and see our state, Ekiti, our country, Nigeria, move from this current level to the next level. Until next week, Saturday, I say bye.